You might think, yeah, it's the internet. If I'm watching the Knicks or the Rangers and tweeting about it, I'm going to get some harassment online from the other team's fans, but that's not what this is. For women, it's a lot worse. In fact, a recent Pew Research Center survey says younger women get it especially rough. It's often prolonged and sexual in nature.
The retaliation was extremely brutal. Things like, I don't know if I can say it, but,
say it.
You know, you should have been aborted, you should be drinking bleach.
Nicole Schumann's story is a familiar one. She's a big hockey fan who hopped onto a radio station's Facebook page to take part in a discussion, and immediately she became a target.
0 to 100, right away. There was no discussion, there was no argument. It was just, you know, my way or the highway.
That Pew survey found a quarter of all women 18 to 24 were sexually harassed online, a problem especially notable in the male-dominated world of sports.
I think a lot of women, they get a bunch of the go back to the kitchen stuff.
Anna Horford's brother Al plays for the Boston Celtics. She's very outspoken on Twitter, which makes her a regular target for vicious attacks and even spoof accounts aimed at embarrassing her.
At this point, it has become such a common occurrence that I'm just super used to it.
The attackers are almost always random, some are repeat offenders, and even if their accounts are blocked or eliminated, many just create new ones.
I just think people feel so brave behind a screen that they can say anything they want.
When you're saying that kind of stuff, you have to realize that you're talking to another human being, and you have to ask yourself if you would say that to the person's face.
Hopefully this skank Julie DeCaro is Bill Cosby's next victim.
The power and difficulty of those words being said directly to women was the basis of this More Than Mean project by the blog Just Not Sports. Random men read the often threatening and vulgar tweets to the sports reporters who were targeted.
A lot of C words.
There's a lot of C words,
yeah.
Psychology professor Nava Silton says anonymity fuels the attacks.
When people are behind a veil, if they think they're protected and nobody knows their identity, then they'll feel much more willing to say things they wouldn't normally say in person.
In the end, this is cyberbullying, but these women say it's time to rise up and show their opinions are just as valid as anyone's.
As women, we need to come together and we need to normalize, you know, talking about sports. It's not a man's world.
I think women are a huge part of sports and a huge part of fanship, and I think that our voices need to be heard just as much as anybody else's, and that we do provide a different perspective on a lot of things that happen.
John Karalis, Fox 5 News.